that was cool. Even though I switched the direction, still kept going. Oh, I could save it. I could save it. Oh, I lost it. It's really like, it's really interesting because you really have to like stay present, breathe, and flow to be able to do that. Otherwise, it'll just be really choppy. Like when I first started doing it, I was so bad at it. Yeah, it's so funny when I first introduce it to people because like they start off bad at it too usually. And like I had so this was given to me. I haven't talked to Eddie in a long time. I need to talk to Eddie. So so okay, Eddie, he's an interesting character. He got a free ride to go study with some Buddhas in one place and then another. And he always believed in Jesus, but when he would talk about Jesus, they wouldn't like it. And he like decided to leave when they decided not to feed somebody who believed in, or yeah, I think believed in Jesus, or somebody that was a Christian. There you go. They didn't want to feed somebody that was a Christian that needed it, and so he decided to leave, and he turned over to Christianity completely, and he ended up giving me the stuff that he had when he was with the Buddhas. And that's this. Thank you, Eddie. Changed my life, and that's because I barely use it, and I'm so grateful. I said that these mushrooms were gonna remind me of something, and it definitely, I think it's reminding me of things that I enjoy doing that just like stay hidden away. Haven't touched this in like a year. I love it. Anyways, Eddie also gave me so he has a book on Taoism. That's like their Bible basically. It's called The Book of the Truth, I think. Something. Oh, I'm gonna get it. I'll be back. It's called The Answers to the Truth. Ugh! Explanations of the answers to the truth. Interesting. So, anyway, so the truth is like capital T. Actually, take off the quotation marks. The truth, capital T. That is like so important to me and something that I like want to figure out. And so I'm just always seeking knowledge. And Eddie just gave me this. This is what the Buddhas gave him. And it already, wait, there's like a post-it. It says, healing my soul, 5 heridas del alma. And then he highlighted, Confucius said, he who knows Tao will forever follow the all-benevolent Tao till he dies. And so Tao is basically like, that's their word for like the essence that's holding it all together. What do they call it specifically? The divine, what did it say? Tao's divinity. What is the true meaning of Tao? Okay, that's the first one. I want to find it. Hold on, I want to see exactly what it means. Oh my god! Okay, literally, and I've read this part. In terms of all phenomena in the cosmos, wait, no. Tao being the essence is the core of all. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god. I need silence for this. Come on, please. Okay. Tao being the essence is the core of all virtues. Tao's manifestation. Tao encompasses both the essence and manifestation. The true self is the essence of morality. Heaven, earth, mankind, substances, and matters are observed as independent and unrelated entities. I'm gonna read that again. Heaven, earth, mankind, substances, and matters are observed as independent and unrelated entities, yet when traced back to the origin, they all come from Tao. Thus, all have to return to Tao. Based on this, the following conclusion can be drawn. In terms of all phenomena in the cosmos, the essence is called Tao. God is the spiritual energy of Tao. In terms of the Lord of all phenomena in the cosmos, the essence is called God. God created and cultivated all beings and substances according to Tao. Therefore, God is Tao. In terms of all substances in the cosmos, the essence is called the truth. The truth is the essence of all reasoning, and the truth is the manifestation of Tao. For mankind, the essence is called the true self. God bestowed mankind with the true self, and the consciousness is the manifestation of the true self. Originally, Tao is nameless, since it is a void. It is everywhere and it is nowhere. Tao cultivates all beings and substances, so we reverently name it God. The cosmos is like a giant wheel. Months follow days. Winter follows summer. Birth is followed by growth, age, and death. Without Tao, this giant wheel will cease to function, and the result is bringing an end to all lives. Damn. Shen Tao is being descended to reveal to mankind that Tao is the absolute truth. Tao exists before heaven and earth. It will still exist after the destruction of heaven and earth. It is everlasting. Tao is the origin of heaven, earth, mankind, substances, and matters. Tao gave rise to all of the above. So Tao is embedded in all of them. Yet, each manifests Tao in its own way. Thus, the truth pervades all of them. Whoever wrote this is amazing. Oh my god. Okay. I just had a realization. Okay. No. Okay. What is the true meaning of Tao? So, before I start reading this, I want to talk about my experience. I was meditating one time, and I asked, what did I ask for specifically? Oh, I asked for Jesus to show me the truth, capital T. And that's because I'm not super, like, I think Jesus is a spirit that, yes, we could call upon. I actually think he's already reincarnated on Earth, but I think the spirit that existed on Earth is still exists, especially because it's mostly water, so it's like, it carries memory. So I think that's what ghosts are. But anyways, so I asked for Jesus to come to me and tell me the truth. And I was meditating in the sun, closing my eyes, and Jesus ends up coming to me. And he's in this, like, white room, and it's just endless. And on the floor, it's just, like, shallow water. So, like, it was like I was stepping on a puddle, but it looked really deep, and it was dark-ish. Like, it's like deep ocean, you know? And I was, like, walking over it, and I was walking towards him, and he had his hand out. And I reached as soon as I touched his hand, everything went dark. Everything went dark. And I feel him there, and I'm there, and I hear this noise. It's like I don't know if you've ever seen Star Wars. You know when like a starship like passes by, it has this like like sound, you know? That's what I was like basically hearing. But I could tell like there was like a vibration, and I could tell like it was pulsating. I guess it was like a womb. I guess what a womb would feel like. And so yeah, I'm hearing that, and then suddenly, split second, I wasn't expecting it. And then everything existed. Everything was already formed. And you know, now I see all these stars, and I see planets in the distance, and I'm just like floating in space with Jesus. And he what does he say? Okay, I'm gonna get that journal because I wrote down exactly what I experienced. Hold on. So this is my journal, and I started it specifically for this vision, which is so interesting. It's called The Truth. Dude, I haven't really looked at this since. Come on, lower your booty hole. She's so needy right now. Stop. I don't. You know you're horny. I can't do anything about it. They don't want you. Okay, anyways, so the truth. So I'm gonna write down. Okay, so the reason why I did this meditation is because I had this like spiritual mentor at some point. That's interesting. I feel like I should call him, but his name was Ferris. Maybe I shouldn't say names. Anyways, he told me that he goes in his in his sacred imagination. That's what he calls like, I guess, this meditation that I was doing. So what you do is you go to your like happy place, I guess, is basically the best way I could put it. And like you just picture it and you go there. That's what it is. And so I was like doing that a lot around this time. So I think that like really exercised my brain to be able to do this, or to have this experience. So anyways, in my sacred imagination, I went to Jesus and asked him to take me to the truth. It started with a black hole. You can't see it, but you can hear it and feel it pulsating. Then suddenly, everything was spit out from nothing in a split second. Yeshua told me that the great dark womb that created us. So this is the words that he was telling me. Like I think I tried my best to write down exactly what he was saying. So this is what I drew. Interesting that I accidentally hit that. That's like not a very good drawing, but it's supposed to also be a sunflower, because that's where I go to when that's my happy place. It's like this sunflower field, but it's like this field that's just like it hides me away, and I get to just be there and read and journal and stuff and paint in my head. Okay, anyways. So then suddenly everything was spit out from nothing in a split second. Yeshua told me that the great dark womb that created us is also sucking us back in. But Earth is very far away and is one of the most livable planets. We have living water, more than any other planet. That is why other beings want to dwell here. Some want to take over it, some want and have enslaved us, all for the water, for the safety, and for the lust of power. I then asked about angels, and he told me they were interdimensional beings who have the ability to travel through dimensions, through black holes, because they were made wholly from plasma. Again, this can only come from something else because I don't fucking know. But anyways, pure light force, straight from the source. Jesus said that he alone commands them, that he has the authority over them. I asked if I was an angel. Yeshua said yes and no, that the angels still exist in the spiritual, but what exists in the spiritual is mirrored in the physical, and the physical is mirrored in the spiritual. They are still able to protect us and speak to us, our higher selves. We are vessels, catalysts for change. That's so good. And then I snapped out of it because Ferris texted me right then. And then this says, darkness, nothing. That's what we came from. And then I keep, please, some silence. Okay. So I keep drawing this shape, this like diamond shape. Okay, hold on. For my peace of mind, I put her inside. She'll survive. She'll survive. This is too important. Okay, so I keep drawing this shape, this diamond. I don't know why. And it says upright and then downward and then the border. So the earth is the border between light and darkness. It's like where they meet and create all this like color, right? And so yeah, and then up here is death and life. So it's like supposed to be like a sunflower, but and it's also the sun and the moon. And I don't know why I put the circles here, but yeah, okay. And then this is one of my like mindless pages. This is like the first time I'm going through this journal in a long time. So, and then I'm going on it after I like did a little bit of shrooms, and it was just a little bit. So I've had stronger trips, but it helps you see things clearly. Okay, so look, this triangle that I put. It says God the Father, God the Mother, God the Son. And I think I should have put the Mother on the other side, especially because it's the left. And then this, yeah. Anyways, so Jesus is supposed to represent us and like our connection to this divine source. I'm gonna take the science as confirmation of whatever I'm saying. But okay. When there's a siren passing, I take advantage and I howl because no human will know that there's just some random girl howling. Anyways, so Jesus is supposed to represent us and our connection to the Divine Mother and the Divine Father, which, like, okay, because we're mirrors of the universe, right? I feel like because there's a female and a male, I feel like there has to be a female and like a male, like, source, unless they're just both the same thing. I don't know. But anyways, I feel this separation between like the father and the mother. And mother, I guess, is more so the nature and the spirit, right? And I think the father is like what holds everything together. It's like the father, the creator, he's like the how do I explain it? Okay, he's like all the numbers like that make up everything, and like the shapes, and like when you zoom in into a microscope and you see like what matter is made out of, like that is the father. Does that make sense? And then I feel like the mother is what gives us like life. maybe a soul. I don't know. These are just things I'm like thinking about and slowly trying to answer. That's why I have the book on the answers to the truth, which I forgot about. And I think I want to keep going through it, actually. Okay, just really quick. So, black, white, the division. I put deprogramming, read judges, watcher. I said that recently in a video, or I rewatched a video that I had made, and it had said to be a watcher, like in your own life. I forgot exactly what I said. Anyways. Oh, you need to have authority over your gifts. That's a good one. And then magic is unwinding the bindings of the order of things. Interesting. Okay. Birthing and renewing. Okay, so I want to read maybe like a couple more things from this book. So hold on one second. Okay, this is good. Okay, this is good. So, Tao not only manifests the state of life, it also unveils the principle, order, and characteristics of life. Inside a human, Tao disperses from a single point and circulates throughout the body. Tao becomes the center of all thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and controls all bodily functions. Everyone has Tao within themselves, yet does not know its existence. Tao is the origin of mankind. One who searches and discovers Tao becomes a saint. One who does not know Tao becomes lost and risks the annihilation of his soul. The way to the discovery of Tao is Xian Tao. Xian Tao, which cannot be found in any book, is the only way back to heaven. All scriptures and teachings of various religions only elaborate Tao. Xian Tao must be conveyed by the enlightened teacher within Xian Ming, irrespective of how much reading one does of how intelligent one is. That's good. Tao's divinity. Tao created the cosmos. Tao and its changes subsist throughout the cosmos. All changes in the cosmos are the manifestation of Tao's existence. Mankind and all other beings... Wait, did I ever read? I never read the... Because I had told you the whole story about Jesus, right? I never read the part that reminded me of that. That's crazy. Okay, let me read that really quick. In the beginning, the cosmos is a void without any form or substance. However, in this obscure state, there exists an indescribable, abstruse energy. Without beginning or end, it is ever-changing and continuously self-rejuvenating. This energy created billions of galaxies, stars, and solar systems. It also created billions of life forms on Earth, including humans, animals, and plants. Observable forms and substances make up the material world. Others that cannot be observed make up the spiritual world. I'll read that again. Others that cannot be observed make up the spiritual world. Observable forms and substances make up the material world. That's interesting. And I kind of mentioned that. Okay. This mystical energy, which exists in all shapes and forms, fills the universe with vibrant vitality. Hence, it is the origin of all lives and the Lord of all beings. We call this energy Tao. Lao Tzu said that the void is the beginning of heaven and earth. For lack of a proper name, the word Tao is forced to represent it. Tao has no form, no substance. The symbol, which is just an empty circle, is reluctantly used to represent Tao. Confucianism, used with a line, a dash, which is a Chinese character for one, to describe its function and purpose. The circle is the motionless state of the dash. The dash is the active of the circle, or the line. The line! Tao created the universe and gave life. I should just show you what I'm talking about. Let me see. So there's like a line there, and then the circle. Okay. So, I don't know why I feel like this is important that I have to share. Okay. So, the line is the active state of the circle. Tao created the universe and gave life infinite spiritual energy. The oldest oracle, I Ching, calls the endless regeneration Taiji. The changes of Taiji, which are described as yin and yang by Taoism, are symbolized by the, I don't know, okay, so it's this. Maybe you can make out what that is. By Buddhism and the cross, by Christianity. Although the symbols are different, the meanings are the same. The following figure depicts its transformation. Okay. Okay. I hope you could see that. Okay, one last time. Oh no! You can tell this is a very old book. Okay. Okay, but anyways. Oh, okay. Tao, when expanded, becomes infinite, which can be symbolized by expanding the dot into a line. The actions... Oh. Tao, when contracted, is a point which can be symbolized by a dot. I forgot that one. So, expanding the dot into a line, the actions, inactions, expansions, and contractions of Tao produce endless results. The actions, the expansions, and contractions and inactions cause it to have the two opposite attributes, yin and yang. Tao created the cosmos out of the void. It pervades the cosmos. There is no limit to its abilities. It is the void, and yet the abstruse and mysterious energy that is indistant from the void. It is the Lord of all souls. Oh, so good. Tao's incredibly still energy, the truth, and the perfection. Oh, wait. Should I read this? I'm gonna read this. This is what I was reading earlier that I interrupted. Ooh, I don't think I read this, actually. Did I? Okay. A person's behavior is a manifestation of his soul. Mankind is lost in the material world. Thence mankind, Iosis Tao, therefore we are unable to act completely in consonance to Tao's characteristics, the truth, benevolence, and perfection. I hope you caught that. Confucianism uses benevolence, justice, propriety, wisdom, and faith, 5 words to represent Tao's virtues. Ooh, I'm going to read that again. Benevolence, justice, propriety, wisdom, and faith. Oh, that's good. Tao's virtues. Benevolence is creating and cultivating the universe so that the perpetual extension of life is possible. Justice is providing an environment of which all beings are given an opportunity to live in abundance. Propriety is governing the universe so that the yin and yang are differentiated and everything is properly ordered. Wisdom is having the cosmos in a state of perfect balance and harmony. Faith simply denotes Tao's incredible still energy, the truth, and perfection. These 5 virtues can be collectively stated as loyalty and magnanimity, similar to mercifulness, taught by Buddhism and the love taught by Christianity. The feeling of pity and grief is the beginning of displaying benevolence. The feeling of shame and disgust is the beginning of showing justice. The feeling of concession and politeness is the beginning of reaching propriety. The judgment of right and wrong is the beginning of exposing wisdom. These four virtues, benevolence, justice, propriety, and wisdom, of Tao resemble the four limbs of one's body. The fifth virtue, which is faith, resembles the head and is the core of these five virtues. The relationships among them are shown in the following diagram. If you want to see the diagram, I hope you'll be able to read that well, but yeah. Great Tao has no form nor substance, yet it creates and cultivates heaven and earth. Great Tao has no favors, thus it governs the law and order of the cosmos. Great Tao has no name, but it gives life to and nourishes all beings. Because it is so mystical and powerful, there really is no proper word to represent it. However, without a name, I am afraid that others cannot relate to it. Thus, the word Tao is reluctantly used to represent it. Okay. I think I'm going to end the video with reading that. Or, I'll read that, and I'm going to end the video with this, actually. Bye. I love you guys. And thank you for sticking around. This is the last video of the night. Okay, bye. I love you.